It spans 2.3 million miles across 6 countries. It holds the livelihoods, food security, and way of life for 120 million people, a full third of the entire population of the 6 countries. It embraces the richest marine biodiversity on the planet. It is home to a diverse array of marine life, including 76% of all coral reef species and more than 2,500 species of fish. It is the Coral Triangle, and it is at grave risk. 40% of coral reefs and mangroves have already been wiped out over the past 40 years. Destructive fishing practices, exploitation, and the negative impacts of rapid climate change are threatening the Coral Triangle. Already, nearly 50 million people, 40% of the 120 million directly dependent on the Coral Triangle, are poor and undernourished. These numbers are at risk of growing rapidly unless we protect the Coral Triangle now. Protecting the Coral Triangle means investing in the plans of action of 6 countries and the entire Coral Triangle region. A concrete plan focused on conserving coral reefs and mangroves, sustainable fisheries, and climate change adaptation, which will ensure food security for vulnerable communities. Destructive fishing practices and irresponsible coastal development have severely affected livelihood in these areas. Supporting the Coral Triangle Initiative will build the resilience of these communities to climate change, allowing them to adapt to the impacts of these changes and take advantage of opportunities. Supporting the CTI means investing in new sustainable coastal fisheries and poverty reduction initiatives. It means strengthening regional cooperation and mobilizing leadership in both the public and private sectors. Monitoring the progress of CTI's targets and advocating for strong political support from the CT6 governments and coastal communities. Investing in the CTI means supporting sound business investments that are committed to green growth and sustainability. Because ensuring the health of the Coral Triangle will create greater business value for responsible companies that rely on marine resources. The best efforts by a single company, or an industry, or even an entire country are not enough to secure the future and productivity of the ocean. If we do not act now, it will be more costly to do business in the future. Collective action from the CT6 countries is required to multiply and sustain the impacts of the CTI. We need to harness synergies now to overcome the challenges that we will face in the future. And supporting the CTI means investing for our future generations. Our actions today will see marine life and coastal ecosystems slowly grow and flourish within the Coral Triangle, a priceless heritage we can bestow to our children. Because the next generation will gain from our actions and decisions now. If we act now, we secure the future of the 120 million citizens dependent on the Coral Triangle. We act for risk reduction of communities from severe natural disasters such as floods, storms, and tsunamis. We act for the rehabilitation and protection of coral reefs and coastal ecosystems that support a diverse marine life. We act for the people who live and subsist on the Coral Triangle, providing them with food and livelihoods for the coming decades. And we invest in our future. The fate of the Coral Triangle tomorrow depends on your actions and support today.